Launching a coaching business isn't easy, but it can be so much easier if you have a proven roadmap to follow. So if you want to learn the 4 proven steps you need to launch your coaching business today, keep watching and I'll show you how. Hey, it's Jason Moss here. I'm a multi-6-figure business coach and I've helped thousands of coaches launch and grow their businesses. And in this video, I'm going to walk through my launch method, which is a 4-step roadmap that you can follow if you're a new coach who hasn't signed your first client yet, or maybe you're in the early days of your coaching business, you don't yet have consistent clients in the door, to really scale things up, to start attracting clients consistently, and ultimately to create enough momentum for you to go full-time as a coach. That's what these 4 steps are about. Super excited to share this with you. And by the way, if you're looking to dive deeper, these 4 steps that we cover, we're gonna do an overview of what they are in this video, but I put together a free client attraction guide that walks through these 4 steps in more detail, that covers some of the biggest pitfalls to avoid in each area so you can have total clarity on what you need to do in order to start attracting clients in your business. This is completely free. If you wanna download this, you can click the link above or below, and I'll link that up there so you can get this for free right now. All right, so you're a new coach, you're wanting to launch your coaching business, you're wanting to start getting clients, and like most new coaches out there, you're probably feeling kind of overwhelmed and unsure, like, where do I actually start with this? Maybe you've got like a sea of Instagram ads and Facebook ads, and you go on social media and it's like every single person seems like they've got some fancy formula and system for your business, and they say you need funnels and Facebook ads and websites and all this fancy software, and it's pretty overwhelming if you're a new coach trying to figure out, like, how do I start with this and what steps do I take? And if that sounds like you're not alone. I think most coaches out there, especially in the early days of their journey, feel that way. And this 4-step launch method I'm going to share with you in this video is going to simplify that. So it's going to walk through the most important 4 steps that you need to take. This is what I've learned, again, through helping thousands of coaches, and it's just going to make things so much simpler and easier for you and help you get traction a lot more quickly than a lot of coaches out there who, kind of stumble through the journey and it takes a lot more time to really dial things in. All right, so let's dive in. What are these 4 steps? Number 1, the first thing that I would do if I was a new coach just getting started today is get clear on who my niche is. Everything in your coaching business starts with one simple, clear distinction, which is who are the people that you're here to serve, that you want to serve as a coach? Who is your business designed to help? That's what your niche is. A niche is really nothing more than a group of people who have a clear gap in their life, some problem or challenge or desire or goal that they want fulfilled that you can help them with as a coach. This is really the first step to success. Now, you might be saying, well, Jason, I feel like my coaching, I probably help a lot of people. I'm a life coach. I can help, people who are in their middle age and people who are younger and people, like this and that. And why do I have to kind of choose a niche? Like, why can't I serve everybody? Well, the thing is, it's a pretty crowded world out there. And if you look out and Google coaches, there's no shortage of coaches out there on social media. There's a lot of coaches in this space. And it's a beautiful thing. I think a lot of people are creating incredible results and success and impact. And in order for you to stand out in today's world, what does it actually take? Well, the way that you stand out is by being really clear and specific and having a message that really resonates deeply with not everyone, but with a specific group of people. For example, if I was recording this video and I was just a generic business coach and I was helping, people who were coaches and people who were healers and people who had e-commerce businesses and people who were launching brick and mortar stores, and I was helping all these people, there's no way that I could create a video that was as specific as this video right now, where I'm talking to you as a coach about the specific challenges and desires that you have as a coach. If you're watching this, chances are you're probably thinking, wow, this guy's for me. Like, if I'm a coach watching this guy has a really relevant message. He's sharing specific things that I need to do to launch my coaching business. The only way that I can do that is because I'm very clear and specific about who my people are, and I'm not for everyone, which allows me to get much more narrow in my message. It allows me to create content and videos and trainings and posts and social media stuff that really stands out to a specific group of people. And this is how you stand out in today's world. It's one of the probably the biggest keys to standing out in today's world is you got to choose a lane. So everything starts with us getting clear on who your niche actually is, who those clients are. And this is the first thing that I would do. If I was a new coach, I would really start by getting clear on this piece. We've got a whole framework inside our programs that walk people through how to do this. But really, the first step is you just sitting down and asking yourself, what kind of people do I really feel called to help? And if I had to wake up every day and surround myself with anyone, who would I want to be surrounded by? This was one of the biggest questions I wish I asked myself when I first started coaching back in 2016. I built a business, a six-figure coaching business serving musicians. And while I was a musician myself and I studied music in college and had a background in music, I was never really all that passionate about helping musicians, if I'm just being very transparent and honest. Nothing against musicians, but after a couple of years in that business, I kind of felt like, I'm not really in love with my clients. And one of the biggest lessons I think I learned was it's so important for you to find a group of people that you really feel passionate about serving. That when you think about waking up every day and helping them, you get excited. You think, wow, this would be incredible for me to be able to help these people, right? So there's a lot more that goes into choosing a niche, but really those are some of the pieces to get you started. And the first thing is really to sit down, to do some journaling and get clear on who those people actually are. So step number 2, after we've got clarity on who your niche actually is, step 2 is you gotta have an offer, something to be able to sell them. Basically, when you get on the phone and you say, hey, here's what I do as a coach, what are you actually providing somebody else? What's your program or package or offer that you basically are sharing with them saying, hey, this is what I offer to be able to help you get from A to B. Now, this is very different than selling coaching. And I see a lot of new coaches make this mistake. I go on their websites or I check out what they're doing and it's like, hey, you can sign up for 2 coaching sessions for $200 or 1 coaching session for $100. I've got this package of 3 coaching sessions. The reason why this doesn't work is because your ideal clients, the people in your niche, chances are they're not waking up in the morning thinking, you know what I really need is to hire a coach. Now, almost no one I know says that. What they say is, I have this specific challenge or problem, or this thing that I really want. For example, I work with coaches. A lot of coaches come to me because they're at a job and they're working a 9 to 5 and they're just tired of working for somebody else. And what they really want is to have freedom and fulfillment and to be able to wake up every day and coach people full time. And this is what I help people do. But they're not looking for coaching. They're looking for help building a business that allows them to replace their income so they can go full time and quit their 9 to 5. That's what they want, right? So your niche is the same, right? Your niche, regardless of what niche you choose, chances are they don't want coaching. What they want is a specific outcome or a result or a goal or a desire or a challenge to go away. A lot of niches is just like, hey, the thing is like, I have this pain. Maybe if you're a relationship coach, it's, hey, me and my partner have been on the rocks for a while and there's a lot of conflict. And I feel like we're just, we're at each other's heads and we're gonna get divorced if we don't figure this out. So I just want that to go away, right? So that could be a great niche, right? So your offer is really designed to be a bridge for somebody else to take them from where they are today to where they want to be. That is why someone is going to buy from you as a coach, not because they want coaching, but because they see your coaching offer as a bridge to take them from A to B, from where they are today to where they want. So this is what an offer is. And it's very important that you think about your offer in this way, right? Because it's very different than thinking, I'm selling coaching. And so the next step 2 here is we're building out this offer, which is basically like a program that's designed to help your niche create a very specific transformation. Typically, this is a one-to-one program. That's where most people start. There's a lot to kind of how to build this out, but really what you want to ask yourself is, okay, my niche, if they want to get from this specific place to this specific place, how would I help them do that? And then your offer basically becomes that. It's nothing more than, well, here are the steps I'm going to walk you through in order to make that happen. So kind of on a meta level, like what I'm sharing with you right now, these 4 steps that we're covering inside this video, this is exactly what I cover inside my coaching launchpad program. This is exactly like these 4 steps are what we walk people through how to do. First, we get clear on the niche, then we build out the offer. Like these four pieces are exactly what I cover inside my program. So your version of that in your business is going to look different, obviously, but it's probably a series of steps that you take somebody through to help them get from A to B. And this is what your offer is. Now, in terms of pricing, there's a lot to say on this, but generally you want to be in the higher ticket range. $3,000 to $5,000 is what I see from most coaches that I work with. You might think, Jason, that sounds crazy. And depending on, where you live in the world and where you're watching this, I think, that advice is tailored for people more in the States here. But even if you're in Europe and for most places, that can be a really good starting place. If you want to make 6 figures as a coach, then you only need to sign 2 clients or 3 clients a month. It's super doable, right? So we want to sell high ticket coaching. And we also typically want longer term engagements with people. So we're not selling single sessions, because if you look at how to build a successful business selling one-off sessions, the amount of new people that you need in order to make significant amount of money, if you're charging for one-off sessions, it just puts you on this hamster wheel where you need so many new clients, versus if it's a 12-week program that you're offering. People are committed, they're in the game for longer, and you don't need as many new clients in order to create success. Those are some rules of thumb when it comes to building out your offer, but really the next step is just building that out, having something that you can actually tell people about. When you get on the phone with them, you can say, rather than here's my coaching, you can say, here's this program that I've built to help you get from A to B. That's step number 2. Step number 3 is audience. So where do you go to find people who are interested in working with you? This is what this is all about. One of the biggest lessons that I learned when I first started coaching back in 2016, I spent a lot of time building an audience and was creating content on YouTube. I had all these videos that I was sharing every week. Over a period of years, I built this audience of over 50,000 people. I had an email list going that everyone was coming from YouTube and they were signing up to my email list. And as a result, I had this incredible group of people who were watching my videos, who saw me as an expert who could really help them, that I was sharing lots of valuable information with on a regular basis. And whenever I had an offer that I wanted to sell, or whenever I wanted to fill seats for a new program, all I would do is I'd send out an email or 2. And I'd have sales come in left and right. It was overnight. I'd wake up in the morning and there'd be, you've got a sale in your inbox. It sounds like sensational, but it's really actually possible. It's more than possible. I've seen plenty of people do it, myself included. And what this really rests on is your ability to build an audience. A group of people who are following you, who are connected with you, who you're sharing with and giving with and adding value to their lives. This is what building an audience is about. So this is your next step to success as a coach. Now, in order to build an audience, you have to really have 3 things in place. The first thing is you need a growth strategy. In other words, you need a way of getting in front of new people who don't know you and are within your niche, and basically connecting with new people in order to bring new people into your world. So that's number 1. There are lots of different ways to do this. Number 2 is you need a way of nurturing that audience, a way of building relationships and connections with those people who are coming in the door and warming them up over time so they start to see you as someone who they can really trust and someone who can help them solve a problem and get from where they are to where they want to be. This is what nurturing is about. And then number 3 is invite. So you need a way of saying, for the people who are in your audience who may want to work with you, who are ready to work with you, hey, here's the next steps. Here's what to do if you're interested in working together. Here's where to go. Here's what to sign up for. Go submit an application, whatever it is. So we need to be making those invitations and making it super clear where people are to go if they want to work with you on a deeper level. These 3 things are really important. And you can't build a business unless you've got all 3 of them in place. So making sure that you've got 1 or 2 things that you're doing in each of these 3 areas in order to grow your audience, in order to nurture those relationships with people in your audience, and also to be able to invite people who are in your audience to take that next step with you. This is what it takes to build and grow a successful audience that's also going to create new opportunities for you as a coach. People who are reaching out to you on a regular basis, who are saying, hey, I want to work with you. I love what you're doing. I've been following you for 3-6 months. Hey, I'm ready to take that next step. What do I do next? This is how you make this happen. This is really what building an audience is about. And then the last piece of this, step 4, is enrollment, which is if you're doing a good job building and growing and nurturing your audience, people know where to go in order to work with you. They know that you have offers to be able to help them with. You're going to have people who are reaching out to you all the time, who are sending you DMs, emails, who are applying for your program saying, hey, I want to work with you. What do I do next? And enrollment is really that process to take that person who is interested to becoming a paying client. This does not have to be super salesy and sleazy, or this does not involve you twisting somebody's arm in order to work with you or anything like that. But it involves a process. And typically the best place to do this is on the phone. I see a lot of coaches make a mistake of they're trying to sell on their websites. They just add like buttons on their websites that's like, sign up here, or they're, trying to sell via sales pages or things like that. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with sales pages or putting things on your website, but in the early days, especially, the best way to be able to take someone from I'm interested to becoming that paying client is over the phone through what we call a discovery call, which is typically a 45-minute to an hour-long conversation where you're asking questions, you're warming somebody up, you're helping them connect to their own desire to want to work with you. You're talking and sharing about what you do and how you can help them, and then you're calling them to make that decision, to take that leap. And that happens in those conversations. There's nothing that compares to you getting on the phone with somebody else and your ability to make somebody really feel understood and heard by listening, by asking questions, by understanding what they really need. And then to be able to position what you do and your offers in a way that helps connect the dots for somebody else, where they can see, oh, wow, I see how what you do is a bridge to help me get what I want. This is what you have the ability to do over the phone. Whereas if you're trying to sell on a website or something like that, it's much harder to actually make that happen. So step 4 is enrollment, having a process in place that takes people from I'm interested to becoming a paying client. This is a big part of what we teach people how to do inside Coaching Launchpad, our flagship program for new coaches. We've got a whole sales script. We've got example calls where you can listen to me, taking people through those conversations so you know what to do. But really the first step is you just having something in place, even if that's just a couple questions that you write down on a piece of paper. So when somebody does reach out, you have a process. You can lead them through those conversations in a way that's not just you showing up on a call and like totally winging it. Super important. And when you have this piece in place, you'll feel confident. You'll know what to say. When somebody does reach out to you, you'll be able to confidently lead them from I'm interested to becoming a paying client. And this is what enrollment is all about. So these 4 steps, if I was a new coach, this is exactly what I would be focused on. Number 1, getting clear on my niche. Number 2, building out that offer that really is designed to be a bridge to take someone from where they are now to where they want to be. Number 3, building an audience. So growing, nurturing, and inviting my audience. And then number 4, having that enrollment process in place to take those people and turn them into clients. This is exactly what you need to focus on if you're a new coach. Nothing more than this. Now, if you're wanting to dive deeper with this 4-step process, get more clarity on what some of the roadblocks are to avoid in each area, and just kind of some more steps on how to go about this, I put together that free client attraction guide that walks through this 4-step launch method in a lot more detail. I'd love to share it with you. Honestly, I think it's going to be really useful and helpful for you if you're a new coach. You can click the link above or below and go download that right now. And hopefully I'll see you on the inside. I'd love to share this with you. So which one of these 4 steps do you need to focus on right now as a next step in your business? Is it getting clear on your niche? Is it clarifying your offer? I'd love to hear. Let me know down below in the comments. And either way, regardless of where you're at in your coaching journey, I believe in you. You have something so important to share. And I can't wait to see how this unfolds for you. So keep me posted. We've got lots more incredible videos coming on this channel. So if you like this, you can subscribe somewhere around here. And until the next video, I'll see you soon.